Hello, my name is Phoebe Stubblefield. I'm the forensic anthropologist for the C.A. Pound Human Identification Lab at the University of Florida. So I'm the lead forensic anthropologist for the Tulsa Race Massacre investigation, and I wanted to share with you today what we do with the remains after they've been exhumed and processed over here to the lab. Many of our decedents arrive here first. This is our radiography room, and we place the remains on these tables and then select portions to be brought here and radiographed. We use a CR scanner system, so this is a digital plate that we irradiate the remains with the x-ray machine and then process the image in this plate scanner over here. And we get the image on the screen and we look for features that might be associated with the cause of death, like bullets or metallic scatter from bullets, and we look for artifacts like we've so far found safety pins, a straight pin, lots of buttons and snaps, funerary hardware. By that I mean the plates that go on caskets, and lots of nails. So the x-ray is shortening considerably some of our time spent picking through the soil to get at the features associated with that decedent's casket, really, their burial, their whole burial story. After the remains are radiographed, we bring them out here, and each set of remains, each burial, gets its own table. So you see these boxes here, we call them trays, and each one represents a burial recovered from our oak lawn excavation so far. And so we keep one burial per table so that we don't have mingling of remains from different burials, and also it gives us just enough space to process them, meaning to study them. We inventory the skeletal elements that we can find. We repair or attach or glue back together the skeletal elements that are damaged from burial or from during retrieval that have information for us. We look through the skeletal remains and the soil in there to find sex indicators, the parts of the skeleton that tell us what sex the person was, parts of the skeleton that tell us how old they were, and then any other features about their story. So like how I said we had clothing items here in this part of the analysis, we find things like, did they have arthritis and where? Or did they have an injury that's healed? Where is it located? And we look for those features here. So you see my colleagues are busy at work, and we have 4 to 5 analysts in here at a time, and graduate students helping us move our individuals through the analytical process. Over here we have our microscopy station, and where we do our data processing, files, our printing, and if we need to do specimen photography, we do that here as well. Right now we have the microscopy station set up with our fantastic digital microscope, and this is a shared station. All of us here, between the skeletal people and our artifact people who have their room over here for artifact storage, we use the printer and the laptop, and it keeps us fairly current on our record organization, because we're not digital. We do run on a mix of paper and digital files. And so after all of the files are organized, both digitally recorded, the stacks of paper are stacked and put away, the remains are reviewed one more time to make sure that their paper and digital records are in agreement, and then we move the tray to the next to last storage space before they are moved to the final storage pre-interment. Here we have our storage system for the trays that was, the design was provided by Dr. Martha Coburn through my colleague Heather Walsh-Haney, and this tray storage system is designed to hold the trays that we're using, multiple trays at a time, and this is where the individuals that, when we completed analysis, we store their trays here until they're ready to be moved out back into the cemetery. Well, we're still in the cemetery, but back into the cemetery proper to their pre-reinterment storage. So this is the lab storage, not the pre-reinterment storage. Thank you for joining me on this tour of the osteology lab for the Tulsa Race Massacre investigation. If you want to see more footage or photos from our investigation, please go to the City of Tulsa .org/1921 Graves website. There you'll find many resources about the investigation, starting with some of our historical documents, the history of the investigation starting 20 years ago, and our current resources that we're generating, reports, meeting footage, all collected, stored there. So we have some great photos there. So please visit, and we appreciate your support.